Welcome back to Whiskey Juliet, part 13 Charlie, and we're just going to work on that grill today. This should be a short segment of this video. Hopefully it won't take too long. I'm going to just sand it. Hopefully I can get it where it's level except for maybe a little bit of a divot. We'll fill that in with some body putty or... Man, that sun is bright. That's not my truck, that's the neighbor's. Try to get it where it's got a little bit of a cavity, a valley in it, and we'll fill it with body putty or primer and sand it flat. Hopefully, that's the hope. So I'm going to start with 80, then move to 80 grit, and then move to 120 grit. No, 100 grit. 80 grit, move to 120 grit, then move to, I'm looking at my paper, 180 grit, then 220, and then 400. And that should be enough to, if it's where I want it, that should be enough to put some filler on it. And then we'll sand it flat after that and try it with, spray with a little bit of primer, block it, see if it's flat. So that's what we're going to work on today. So join me, enjoy the sanding. I know how much fun it is. I sure wish you guys could have smelled that steak. It was ribeye from Father's Day. There were a few little thin strips of steak left over, so I thought I'd cook them up today for lunch. Anyway, Wow, that I really don't do very good at these videos. The reason why I'm barging in here during the sanding, I just started out using different sandpapers, but I got it all sanded out as well as I could, but it broke. The glue did not hold, and somehow the video got corrupted, so none of that got shown, and I just sanded it and sanded it and sanded it, and it finally broke. So what I ended up doing was just taking the grill off and trying to repair that crack from the backside. That's what we'll see in the next segment. Sorry about that. I was looking for what I could use to support this, and what I found was this. It's is it off a speaker? I can't remember, but I'm gonna cut it so it'll fit right in here. I'm gonna cut these edges off and lay sort of flat, and then I'm gonna glue it down there with the JB Weld. Hopefully that'll give it enough structural support to work. If not, I don't know what to do next. Probably either a whole new grill shroud or just forget about it. It fits just about right, and I got to put like a little bend in it so it'll conform to that a little bit, and hopefully it'll work. Let's see, I don't want to bend it. Yeah, guess it doesn't really matter that much. Let's see if that works. Just about damn near perfect. All right, let's mix up some glue. All right, this is supposed to be quick set epoxy, 15 minutes. So I just decided to do half for now, and then when this sets, half for now, and then when this sets, I'll do this other half. And hopefully we'll have a good strong bond. Fingers crossed. Hey, so it's been about an hour and 15 minutes since I glued this on. I had to go to physical therapy, so it's been a little while, but it looks like it's okay. I mean, it looks solid enough. Then we're just gonna glue down this side right here. Try to glue it together. Hopefully it works. Hopefully. Who knows? But that's what we're gonna try. Mixing up this, well, you know what it is. Plastic epoxy. I'm gonna put a little bit, hopefully I won't break this, a little bit on the edge here. And then a whole bunch on this one. Let's scooch that down like that. This stuff's supposed to set up in 15 minutes. You think it will? I think it will. The other stuff set up good. Now I just got to make sure it sticks right. We've got a clamp. Clamp that down. Are you watching what you're doing? I just don't know. I don't want this all over my tools. This video is going to be a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just going to be a little short one. Did you tell everybody that we've got you helping me today?
No.
Why?
That's because I'm not.
Oh. All right. I don't know, man. This might work. This actually might work. I'm going to go get one more clamp. Yeah, that actually might work. Mm-hmm. I don't want to bend. Yeah, we need one more clamp. Okay. I might have to hold it like this for 15 minutes. I don't want to. What do you think?
Well, is there some other way you can put it up?
I don't know.
Is that good?
It feels like it's pretty solid right there.
Aight.
Crank it down a little bit more. Nope. Wonder if I can put a clamp right there where those two meet. I bet I could. I'm put one more clamp right there. I'll stop. And put one more clamp right there.
You're speeding, huh, Dad?
Mm-hmm. Speeding what?
Speeding.
Speeding.
Mm-hmm. What?
No, it's not gonna work. I'm just gonna have to hold it
No.
for 15 minutes.
Are you sure?
No. Yeah, pretty sure. It doesn't want to. I mean, it's not critical, but it should be nice if it would line up. See, it's just not quite right. And then right there it is. Right there it's right. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hold it.
You want me to stop recording?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna call that a win. I know it looks pretty ugly, but it's quite a bit more stable. It's not. It's solid. So I'm glad we did that. I don't know if it's really ever going to look right. Matter of fact, I don't even know if it really fit right. But I'm going to wait for a day and then I'll sand it and try to get it somewhat flat anyway. Make it at least look better. Anyway, boy, I don't know why I keep going. Anyway, it's because I feel like I think I need to say more, yet I can't think of what to say. And so I just stumble over my own non-words and continue to make no sense. So, to finish a thought, I believe I'm just going to be done with this part for now. Let this harden up overnight, sand it tomorrow, and see if we can make something decent out of it. See you later. Well, I can tell already this is not going to be flat. I got right here, there's a little bit of elevation. Look. Which means this part's going to be high here. And it is. So we're just going to do the best we can. Set it down real good. Fill it with body filler. And make it as smooth as we can anyway. I gotta knock these down too. These little ridges I got when I decided that hand sanding was too slow and I put my what do they call that? Gosh, what do they call that? That air powered thing. Anyway, and then it got hot and melted that chrome right there, so I got to sand all that down. I'm still on the 80 grit. I got really tired of hand sanding this, so I got out my Dremel and the and that sanding barrel, and I sanded it like this. I was trying to get a divot in there so we could get some body filler to fill in there. And it's ready. I'm not really sure if it's gonna work because, well, it's chrome. And I don't know if it'll feather, I don't know if it'll stick. But we're gonna try it anyway and see how it goes. This is what I picked up. I got it at Walmart. I think it was 13 bucks plus some tax or something. More than I wanted to spend because I probably won't ever use this stuff. But I got the smallest one I could get. I've used it before, and I'm no expert at it, but I think I get the basics of it. This is it. We're only going to use a really tiny little bit of it because we don't need much. So I'll show you what I know. You just take a little bit out. I'm using an envelope here. It's not so absorbent as
regular paper. And I've got my mixer here. It's actually my spatula, but this is what, you don't mix this stuff, you don't stir it. You just mix it. So you take a bit, this is hardener, and I just put just a little bit across the top. That's probably even too much. And you take your spatula and you just mix it in until it's all the same color, and you push, scoop, and push, and scoop. And this stuff hardens pretty quick, so you don't want to mess around. You don't want to stir it because it'll get air bubbles in it. So I just kind of get it all together like this till it looks like about a uniform color, and then it's ready to apply. Like I said, we don't want much. Sorry, it's moving the camera. It's right in front of me. We're just gonna smear it over the top. Try to get it in that crevasse. And the better job you do with this, the less sanding you're gonna end up doing. Because the idea is to get it on there, let it dry, sand your surfaces flat. And even though I just mixed up a little bit, it's way too much. But that should be dry and hard enough to sand here in about, oh, I don't know, 15 minutes. Wonder what the can says. Let's take a look. Well, I can't see where it's got to be on it. Scan QR code for product information and detailed instructions. Well, I'm not going to do that. See that? But, oh, that's nice. You just let it sit until it gets hard enough to sand. You want to, not like hard if you're doing like a lot of body work. You want to get it kind of, oh, I don't know, firm, but not cured, I guess, because it's easier to grate off that way. But we don't have anything to grate. We're just going to sand it. So we're just going to wait for this to thicken up. It's already thickening up. Look at that. And sand it. It's nice and solidified now. Should sand pretty good. It took me about an hour. I had to make dinner. The wife's out of town for training for work, so I had to make dinner for the kids anyway. So we're gonna try to smooth it out and make it flat. We're gonna start out with 60 to cut it down real quick. Then we're gonna go to 80, and then this is 120, 100, 180, 220. I don't know if we'll get to these, but we're gonna start with 60 grit first. It's not quite feathering. This part's not feathering yet. It's getting there though. Actually, surprised it's working out as well as it is. Let's try this 80 grit. That chrome is just too hard. But I think once we painted it with everything we did. might be okay. Probably not though. It probably won't be okay, but it might be. I think probably what I'll do is I'll get some sandable primer and we'll just black sand it real quick and see how close we can get to flat. But so far, I mean, I can feel it, but it's definitely better than cracked, and it's better than it was. I stopped by AutoZone on my way home today, and I saw this at the AutoZone, U-Pole. I was excited to see that because I've heard good things about U-Pole. So it's sandable primer, as you can see. Looks pretty easy to use. This might take all day because they want us to put on 1 to 2 coats and wait 5 minutes between coats. So if we wait 5 minutes, the spray coat, wait 5 minutes, spray another coat, and then we got to wait 20 minutes for it to dry. So, and we need to put on a guide coat, which is a really light dusting of a contrasting color, which we'll use black because I got gray. This comes in white, gray, and red from what I could see. So we shake this for 20 minutes, stay about 10 inches away from our area, put on a coat, even coat, wait 5 minutes, put on another even coat. I'm only gonna wait 5 minutes. I'm gonna put on a guide coat, and then we'll wait 15 more minutes, and then we'll sand it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tack it. We're gonna take a tack cloth and get all the stuff off of it, and then we'll wipe it down with some wax and grease remover, and then we'll spray it. I got this, if I remember, I'll put a link in the description for this. It's just a cloth with a sticky surface on it. It'll clean all this stuff off. Over, just get it all. And you can reuse it. You don't have to just use it one time. I just take mine once I'm done using it and put it in a Ziploc bag, and it's ready to be used again. We'll do that. This is done. Take some wax and grease remover, wipe it on there, and then we'll spray it. This is my wax and grease remover. I got this, I think I got it at Napa. I got it a long time ago. I don't even think I've used half of it yet, and I've had it for years. I just poured a little bit on there. I put some gloves on because there's no sense in using wax and grease remover if you're just gonna put your oily fingerprints all over it again. Something like this I probably wouldn't, but I don't know. I probably would actually. Anyway, we'll let that dry for a few seconds. Then we'll put on our coat of paint. Just want to check out my spray pattern here first. Yeah, it's okay. You can see where we're going to need to have some buildable primer. Anyway, that was quick, so we're going to wait 5 minutes and then we'll hit it with another coat. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. Second coat. Actually, I probably should get some up there too. Yeah, that's my take all day, but we're gonna get this on there, put a guide coat on. In about 5 minutes, wait another 15 minutes, and then sand it. I've got some black paint, spray paint here. It doesn't really matter what kind. You're just gonna put a light dusting on it, like this. That's way too much. Anyway, the idea, we're gonna let it dry and sand it, but the idea is when you sand it off, the black comes off evenly and it doesn't leave any low spots. We're gonna have a low spot right here, I think, but it doesn't matter. You sand it until the black's gone, and if you still have a low spot, you just put another coat of primer on it and do the same thing until it all sands evenly. I doubt we're gonna get that. I don't know, this is turning out a lot better than I thought it would, but let's wait our 15 more minutes and then we'll start sanding. It's been about 20 minutes since I sprayed the guide coat on, and we're gonna hit it with 600 grit paper. We're gonna use the sanding block because we wanna keep it flat. You can already see where the high spots and the low spots are. So we'll sand this. And we'll hit it with some more primer. And we'll do it again. See where it's still black? See how this other's coming off because it's straight? That sandpaper's filling up quick. Anyway, I'm gonna put this on a tripod so I can hold this for moving, and we'll hit it and try to get the black off and spray it again, but I don't know. Is it better than being cracked? Yeah, it's better than cracked, and I think it'll be okay. We'll just keep going. Five more minutes and then another coat. All right, here we go with the second coat. It's pretty thick. We might have to wait a little bit longer. I got a lot over there. Look, you can see the run. Damn it. Anyway, that mark is less noticeable now. Anyway, 5 minutes or a little bit longer. Get this stuff to dry, and then we'll spray the guide coat again. It's been about 5 minutes. I'm gonna see if I can do better on this guide coat. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that, and we'll come back in about 20 minutes and start sanding. 20 minutes ago, it was sunshine, blue sky. Cool thunder. Anyway, my phone was dying, and that's what I record with. So it's been longer than 20 minutes, probably been 45 minutes since we sprayed this. And we're gonna sand it with 600 grit and see where we're at. If you look at it right now, you can't even really see where that scratch is. So I don't know if we're gonna do this much more. There it is. There, you can see it. Pretty cool how this works, really. Cool fender. I think I'm going to do this one more time. I'm not going to bring you in for it. I'm going to do the coating, the spray paint, what do they call that? The primer, and block it one more time, and then I'm just going to leave it. Because I'm not building a show car. I keep saying that, but that's really the bottom line. It's just okay. It's going to be okay. We'll do it one more time with the primer. See if we can get it leveled out some. But if you look at it before I sand it with the primer, it looks like it's okay. And if I decide to paint it, then it'll be fine. But if I don't decide to paint it, I'll just scuff it up with 600 grit, put some self-etching primer on it, and then paint it probably with that same black chip guard I painted the wheels with. Anyway, I'm going to do this block sanding deal one more time. I'll bring you back for that to see how it turns out, and we'll see you then. All right, this is the third block sanding episode. It looks a lot better. You can still feel a little bit right here and right there, but it's a lot better than it was. I'm going to call it good enough. I'm going to hit it with some red Scotch Brite and then some self-etching primer, get it ready for paint. And I'm going to leave it off the Jeep for now. Because I think putting that radiator back in when I get that motor in will be a lot easier with this grill shroud off. So to restate, to ramble on and be redundant, we're gonna call this good enough. Red Scotch Brite, self-etching primer, and then figure out what we're gonna do about paint. Pretty early Saturday morning, just on my way to work. I think we'll finish up Whiskey Juliet Part 13 Charlie. This is the, you can barely see it. I can't even point it out, but if you look real close, go back here, here's the repair on the back. Split right about here, so you can see it, but you know what, it turned out a lot better than I expected. Looks pretty good. Looks like it's going to take a nice coat of paint. So we're going to call 13 Charlie, or yeah, Part 13 Charlie finished. Basically, now we're just going to wait on the engine, and Brian over the machine, sorry about the light, Brian over the machine shop called me Thursday. He needed the VIN off the Jeep, and I guess they're going to bore it 20 over, so it's getting there. So maybe next week we'll have it, and we can start a new segment. It'll be Project Whiskey Juliet Part 14. And we'll start on the motor, and I'm pretty excited. Anyway, thanks again for coming by. I'd, I used to watch videos of the guys that say, like and subscribe, and I was like, why? And you know what? It's just because it kind of feels good when people like your videos. So if you like it, I'd appreciate it. I won't ramble on any longer. I hope you all have a great day, and thanks again for stopping by my hobby prison.